My claim today is alcohol is the destruction of the American institution we call the family. Does anyone here have an alcoholic in their family? I'm not asking you to disclose that because it's obviously a sensitive subject for most people. Alcohol, if drank responsibly, can be used to enhance social settings without negative consequences. However, it can lead to addiction, which not only harms the user, but their family and the society around them. First, you might be wondering what I mean by enhancing your experience. Alcohol loosens you up. In a social setting, you begin to feel its effects as you open up and come out of your shell. Many refer to alcohol as liquid courage. Alcohol is a downer, and it suppresses nerves in your brain, giving you that relaxed or comforting feeling. Beer commercials always make it seem like drinking beer will make you feel great, but it's hard to know how people will act after drinking alcohol. A lot depends on the person's mood and where they are drinking. After a couple of drinks, one person might become more relaxed, another depressed, another more wild, another angry. In general, you feel more of what you were feeling before you started drinking. People who are depressed can feel even worse. Sometimes you will feel whatever you expect the alcohol to make you feel. The problems of drinking to escape are numerous. And I say this word escape. I mean problems, pain, escaping the pain of a parent who was an alcoholic. That's why alcoholism plants its roots and gets passed on from generation to generation. The problems of drinking to escape are numerous. The town drunk, your heavy drinking uncle, and your friends who drink excessively, or what you would call alcoholics. Most of the time with a sarcastic laugh, like, it's whatever. Most people today do not make the connection between an alcoholic and alcoholism. Alcoholism is a legitimate disease and an addiction. Most people label the drunken uncle the alcoholic, but little do they know he suffers from a devastating disease and addiction. Herman Silverstein, author of Alcoholism and Teenage Depression, states, alcoholism is also known as a family disease. Alcoholics may have young, teenager, grown-up children. They may have wives or husbands. They may have brothers or sisters. They may have parents or other relatives. An alcoholic can totally disrupt family life and cause harmful effects that could last a lifetime. If anyone has an alcoholic in their family, they know what problems it causes. The alcoholic does not know what is taking hold of him until it is too late. The person becomes disruptive, and the person you loved is lost. Alcohol and its long-term effects on the family. Alcohol has caused the destruction of millions of families. Alcoholics lie and create a false sense of security. They stop for just the right amount of time until you believe that they're not going to do it anymore, and then they do it again. This allows the alcoholic to keep abusing because they believe they can get away with it. The alcoholic creates a network of lies and deceit, causing adverse effects on the family. The long-term effects on children are tremendous. Gregory Berger is quoted as saying, adult children of alcoholics, or ACOCs, often don't relate to their problems to having grown up in a family with an alcoholic parent, which means they're in complete denial. Many of them have problems with depression, aggression, or impulsive behavior. Some studies have shown that ACOKs have problems with abuse or different psychoactive drugs and difficulty in establishing healthy relationships with others. They are frequent failures as parents themselves and often make poor career choices, and almost all ACOCs have a negative self-image. Alcoholism is domestic issues. Because crime and violence are associated with alcoholism, statistically, 75% of domestic violence cases involve a family who has a member who is an alcoholic. 75% of all domestic cases. Battery victims often blame themselves for what has happened because they're so guilty, ashamed, and helpless. They turn to alcohol themselves, which is why it is a never-ending cycle. 1 in 4 families, or 56 million people in the United States, have an alcohol problem. That's pretty unbelievable. In conclusion, I believe raising awareness is the best way to combat such a problem. As of today, there is no known cure. There's no pill you can take. Not the best gleam of hope for most to cling on to, but there is abstinence and ways of controlling the disease. These things include, as mentioned before, abstinence, treatment, and a strong support system consisting of your family and friends, as well as others, or other alcoholics if you are an alcoholic, called Al-Anon meetings or Alateen meetings. Breaking free from the addiction of alcohol is a process only the addict can complete. And even with all the support in the world, only they can begin the process of a healthier lifestyle. In conclusion, alcohol destroys the sense of family, and families and society ignore it. They protect the alcoholic and try to pretend it is not present in their family to protect prestige or to avoid embarrassment. Those who do not know will never understand, and those who do keep quiet and end this destructive cycle with no end in sight.